Welcome to the Tailgate Talkers podcast, episode 4, week 6.
Week 6.
I feel I was watching our last episode and felt a little weird every episode to introduce ourselves. So for you 7 subscribers out there are faithful.
All of our group chat.
Since it's now episode 4, I don't feel like we need to introduce ourselves. So
yeah, we know who you are.
Justin, how you doing, man?
Doing good. It's my birthday today.
Woo!
Not to brag, big 39.
All right.
So I told you off of air, but just to tell the subscribers. So we go back and forth this Jalen Hurts thing, right? And ever since the Eagles lost, well, trust me, we will get into it. A lot of people at work have been giving me shit. Giving me shit about the Eagles, giving me shit about Jalen Hurts. So
Good job, guys.
my
Well done.
wife brings me this cake. And there's a backstory on the cake. People think, oh, your wife loves you. No, this is something different. We're going to go on a vacation here in about like 5 weeks. And every week we're putting like $100 each of us into this pot. And she's worried about my health because like I live with a blood pressure like 150s or whatever. I don't eat well. So she wants me to not necessarily just lose weight, but just get healthy. So she's like, you know what? Like, we're going to weigh ourselves, and then we're going to weigh ourselves again before we go on the vacation. Whoever loses the most weight is going to be able to take all that money. So you guys think, oh, super sweet, bringing me a cake. No, that's a fuck you, bitch, I want to win, is what that is.
I'm thinking, cha-ching.
Anyway, getting back to the cake. So I get everybody into our break room, and I'm like, I might get a piece. I don't know, guys. This is for you guys. Open it up, and I'll put the picture on the screen, but for our viewers listening on YouTube or a Spotify video, fucking Jalen Hurts all over the cake. Everybody's laughing like, ha, 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 and I'm just like, oh, babe, what are you doing to me? So, yeah, I've had an interesting birthday, but it is my birthday, so that means you got to play nice.
All right, man.
Play nice.
You forgot your birthday suit, though, so.
Oh, mama. Nobody wants to see that.
We're going to get into that. I mean, not necessarily that, but I got a proposition for you. The Eagles play your Packers
All right, man.
like 5 weeks from now.
I'm excited.
Yeah. All right, so we got a good show. Today we go over our picks from last week. We went 3-0 last week. I did have, and people get confused. I did pick my Eagles to win. It's not necessarily about who wins. It's about we go by who covers, and I did have the Broncos covering.
Yeah.
So we both went 3-0. That puts Dane at 5-4 and me at 7-2. So I'm hoping to have. We needed to have like some kind of bet about that, like at the end of the season.
Yeah.
And I'm bringing that up now because I'm currently in the lead. Hopefully I don't pull an Eagles, but we'll get there. We'll talk about the Eagles Bucs game. Talk about the not Eagles Bucs, Eagles Broncos. Eagles Bucs was last week.
Patriots Bills
and Bucs Seahawks.
Bucs,
Yeah.
Seahawks. Those are all good games.
Some news. We got the Chiefs as the Dynasty over, guys. They took an L to Jacksonville of all teams. Jerry Jones flipping the bird, which that was freaking hilarious. He said apparently he meant to give thumbs up. So
yeah, absolutely.
We'll go over Dane's power rankings. I'm probably going to keep mine more like quarterly. So halfway through the season, I'll give mine 3/4 the way I'll give mine, and at the end, I'll give mine. But yeah, and then the game previews. The Eagles are at Giants here in 2 days. We're filming this on Wednesday, by the way. Tuesday. I don't even know what day it is. So Eagles at Giants, Bengals at his Packers, and we're going to do 49ers at Bucs. And then we'll go over our fantasy, overachievers, underachievers, stardom, sit-em. For those of you that are playing fantasy football and listening to us, I don't know what to say about that. I don't know whether to say sorry or...
I think we're teaching you guys a little too well, so keep listening so you can keep winning.
All right, so should we get this party started with the... Or actually, no. I had a surprise segment for Dane.
Oh.
Yeah, little reverse.
I love surprises.
Dane, if you just had to guess, since we're all about passing yards,
Uh-oh.
how many passing yards... Oh, well, actually, let me ask you this. Who would you say is the best quarterback in the league right now?
Ooh, Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. How many passing yards did Josh Allen have against the Patriots last week?
Not very many, I don't think. I don't know off the top of my
253.
head. Yeah, I believe
2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Jalen Hurts don't know what that is, by the way. Okay, what about last week? Or about the week 4.
Not a lot. More than Jalen Hurts.
209.
Yeah,
What about the week
more than
before?
Jalen
What
Hurts
about the
last
week? What about the week before that? It was 213. The week before that, man, he only threw for 148, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So my point is,
So how about overall in the season? How
Jalen
many more
Hurts. Do you
yards
know
does
how
Josh Allen
many
have?
passing yards Jalen Hurts threw for?
280.
280 and 2
2
touchdowns, no
touchdowns.
interceptions in a loss. So my point to you is, I don't care about passing yards. I will take 180 passing yards and a win any fucking day. Because you know why the
Stats matter,
Eagles?
though.
You know why the Eagles lost? Because they overcorrect as they always do. Saquon Barkley. Keep in mind, we are winning. We are 17-3 in the fourth. I think fourth quarter, or at least late third. 17-3. The Broncos have done nothing. And Saquon Barkley in the second half, 1 carry. 1 carry. So you listen to all these people talk about passing yard or what's wrong with the passing offense, blah, 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 this and that. And they overcorrect. They come out passing. It makes no sense. This team does not have an identity. This team does not know how to stay balanced at all. I understand, like everyone's talks about Jalen Hurts, and I know you like to rib me. It's not about Jalen Hurts. You know what's wrong with this fucking team? It's the offensive line and defensive line. This defensive line cannot stop a run, and the offensive line cannot freaking run the ball. Saquon Barkley gets the handoff, and there's a person right in his face immediately because someone's whiffing. Landon Dickerson's hurt. I don't even think he's going to play against the Giants. I don't know. He's dealing with some kind of ankle thing now. Lane Johnson's sitting out halves and everything else like that. I don't think Cam Jurgens is playing great. I think Milata's been decent, but there's just this team. I don't know. They overcorrect. Jalen Hurts actually is doing a little bit better versus the blitz. But I went back and watched the all 22. There's blitzes coming, and all the receivers are running straight. Like they're just running straight downfield. Like he has nowhere to go. Like is there hot routes built into this damn system? I don't know. It's the most simplest. You hear people say all the time, like Drew Brees and everybody else, Phil Simms. It's boring because it is. It's a freaking boring offense. Somehow we won the Super Bowl because Saquon Barkley was running at a historic rate, and it was all okay. But this passing offense doesn't exist. Like it's the most boring thing I've ever seen. It'll put you to sleep if you're studying it. The Eagles are also last by a lot. If you look at and I might, if I remember, I might put this picture up on the screen at snapping the ball. They get up there and they're absolutely last. Like they snap the ball with less than 5 seconds on the clock, by far the most of anybody else.
I don't know. Trevor Lawrence was doing that a lot last
night. And initially, like they were doing this. The Eagles have always done that. They've always been really like, we'll snap the ball with like 1 second left. And as an Eagles fan, I'm always kind of like, huh. And I always give them the benefit of the doubt. Like maybe they're just taking up the most time possible to survey the defense, get as much information as can. But if you're snapping the ball with like literally 1 second left every freaking time, the defense knows when you're snapping the ball. It's just like, it drives me crazy. There's no creativity. Yeah, it drives me crazy. There's a few things in this game I want to complain about. I'm not someone who complains about the refs because that's loser talk. So, but I'm going to complain about the refs. Okay, so number one, you sent me this. Look at Jalen Hurts missed AJ Brown. AJ Brown slowed the hell up. So I think AJ Brown looked one way, looked the other way, realized that the ball wasn't in the air, and just slowed up until the ball was in the air. And I'm not like a physics mate, and I don't even know if it's basic, whatever the freaking. I don't know if he would have caught up to the ball or not, but it could have been in stride. I don't know, but he definitely did slow up. There was a Dotson catch. This one I don't mind, because if you slow it down, he didn't quite have full possession before he went out of bounds. I don't mind them taking that one back. I don't. But it was like a 30, 40-yard completion that was like right there. The Smith catch. So Saquon Barkley went in motion, and this was like in the fourth quarter. Like I think we were down by 1, or maybe we weren't. I don't know. It was like a 30-yard pass play, in stride for people that say Jalen Hurts can't throw. Saquon Barkley went in motion, and he didn't quite get set. Like just before they hiked the ball and threw it, and because of that, take it off the board. The intentional grounding pissed me off. because I understand by rule there was technically someone somewhere in the vicinity. Man, if you look at that play, he's clearly just getting rid of it. Like it's clear as day, which means they would have only been up by 1. They would have not been in field goal range. They would have had to punt, and then we only need a field goal to win. But they picked it up. Like they called it, and then they said, "No, never mind." They picked it up. There was a Zach Bond hit personal foul that I disagree with so much. If you slow it down, yes, he's down, and Zach Bond comes in, hits him. But if you watch the play, the guy is like, I don't know, somebody's got him by the leg. I think it's Makuba, and he's trying to like fight and get the. So Zach Bond comes in just trying to make sure, because if he gets that first down, it is a game changer. In which case, it ended up being a game changer because 15 yards and whatever. Because that could have been a long ass field goal. And I'm not even sure if they try that. They might just pin the Eagles deep. Because if you miss, and now the Eagles only need a field goal, hell, the Eagles are pretty much already in field goal range almost. Means where they would get it. So they might not even go for the field goal. And then lastly, that Goddard should have been PI at the very, very end. Doesn't mean we would have won. It would have gave us a shot at the 4-yard line, one play. Who knows? I want to be the person that says, oh, we shouldn't even be in a position to where the refs can't. But when you sit there and think about it, 80% of these games are razor thin. We say it all the time. Yeah, refs do matter. So I was really irritated. I was irritated at the Eagles for all the reasons I just said. But there was also some calls where if any one of those goes the other way, we're not talking about this.
You know how many penalty yards the Eagles and the Broncos had for each team?
Broncos had more, but I would say the Eagles had them in bigger spots.
Only 55 for the Eagles, 122 for the Broncos. So I definitely think, I mean, I don't know. Some of those calls, like I think the RG Harvey one, even Tony Romo on the broadcast was like, oh yeah, that should be a, like, what was it, excessive roughness or something like that call.
With the Zach Bond thing?
Yeah.
It was just weird because he's trying to fight for the, like...
But he's like he's basically on the ground if you
But
watch the play.
But Zach Bond's like, I don't know. Like, I think things look different when you slow it down.
And then truthfully too, the Goddard PI, the PI that they called on the Broncos right before that was not a PI. So honestly, the refs kept the Eagles alive at that point. So I mean, you're gonna win some.
I was irritated with the sack, and then I was irritated with the short swing, like to Barkley or wherever it was that was gonna go nowhere. I'm like, what are you? You basically chewed up. Like you had like a minute. I don't remember exactly how much it was, but you basically had a minute and you chewed up like 40 seconds of it.
Yeah.
Doing like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not happy.
That was tough. I think a couple of reactions to the game. I think one thing I'm seeing about the Eagles. So first half, Broncos, really odd. The game plan, at least on defense, Broncos were blitzing Eagles a lot.
And Eagles are doing better at it. I will say the Eagles typically are doing better at it.
And the Eagles were playing well against the blitz, and so the Broncos responded in the second half by playing zone. So they went to cover threes, and that's what happened with the Buccaneers the week before. The Eagles couldn't beat cover 3 for some odd reason. And one thing I think I'm noticing about this team is that, and I think this goes back to coaching more than anything, is that the Eagles cannot adjust on the fly. And the NFL is too good of a league to not be able to adjust on the fly because, of course, like these play callers, guys like Sean Payton are so talented that when they see a weakness, when they find a soft spot, a chink in the armor, they're going to attack it. And so I think the reason why the Broncos came out in blitz is because I think they thought that the Eagles would have a game plan for cover 3 because they had just been beaten by the week before by Tampa Bay.
Outsmarting themselves, basically.
And then they realized, you know what? Let's try the same exact game plan that the Buccaneers did, and what do you know? Eagles can't beat it. And
you're in the NFL. Learn how to fucking play against zone.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, everybody and their brother has cover 3 beaters in their playbook. And I think part of the issue, and this goes back to kind of what Justin said, is I literally think that the Eagles playbook is like 15 plays on offense.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's either we run inside zone out of the shotgun, or we just have our receivers basically run go routes, and that's pretty much it. It's RPOs, go routes, and then send Saquon Barkley on an inside zone. I mean, how many times do you see Jalen Hurts getting under center? Like, almost never. And, like, you look at the Lions, and it's like, gosh, like, every play is a different formation.
The one thing I will say is the Lions play way more man than even Denver does. So that's one reason why if we play what we do play, I'll be at the game. Why give us a fighter's chance?
Yeah,
Because
but I'm just saying,
I think
like,
the Lions will just do what they do.
I'm just saying, like, as far as like offensive, like, play calling and strategy, it's just you look at differences in offenses and what's effective and what's not, and like for the talent that the Eagles have, their playbook is way too simple, and so other teams are figuring them out. Just like literally,
you're wasting all that freaking
Yeah.
talent. You have all this talent. You're right. They're a super team. Although the O line and D line are not playing up to snuff at all.
Yeah.
But you have all this freaking talent, and you're squandering it on coaches,
Yep.
like on these idiots that don't know. Like, do I think Nick Sirianni? Like, I stick up for Jalen Hurts. Do I think Nick Sirianni is a great coach? I don't. I think he's a great motivator, and that is something. But these coaches are. It looks like, how are you even in the NFL? Like this, it's that bad.
The other part, though, that doesn't make sense to me, though, is we know what Nick Sirianni was like before he was a head coach, when he was an OC, and he ran offenses that were much more complex than this. And so, I guess I don't know. This is all assumption, but what I don't understand is, why is this offense so simplified? Is that what Jalen Hurts wants to run?
Could be.
Do they not trust Jalen Hurts? Is it the OC's preference to run this sort of an offense? Do they think? I mean, I think they're probably more talented than pretty much most of the teams they're going to play in their schedule this season. Although they play a lot of good teams, their talent is awesome. So do they think like, well, we can run a simple offense because our guys are just better, which might be true. But when you have some of these brilliant play callers in the NFL, they're going to find ways to beat these plays. You can only run these plays so many times before people figure it out. And so I think that's my biggest critique right now of the Eagles is they gotta change things with the offensive strategy, because like as much as I talk trash about Jalen Hurts, he is plenty good of a quarterback to be able to run an offense, especially with the talent they have. But for it to be so simple, it just hides how talented they really are. It really pigeonholes the Philadelphia Eagles, and so that'd be my biggest critique, I'd say. And really the Broncos too. I mean, do want to give a couple shout outs. Nick Bonito, man, on the D end in
he was
Denver.
gonna be my overachiever.
Goodness
this week, but
gracious, 7 sacks. He's the sack leader right now in the NFL. And
although Jalen did give 2 sacks of them by running out of bounds on 2 of them. So true. I don't know who was that on.
The other guy I want to shout out Denver Broncos is Courtland Sutton. Holy crap, 8 catches, 99 yards, and I love Quignon.
He had a terrible game.
Very high on Quignon.
Really good first half.
Courtland Sutton, man, he's the real deal, and I think people need to start talking about him as one of the better receivers in the NFL. He's really coming into his own in his career, and I think he's really showing a good connection with Bo Nix. He's just a big-bodied receiver that can box guys out. He's not the most explosive, but man, he knows how to use his physical attributes, his height and his strength to just win at the catch point.
That was a strip sack, by the way. Sorry.
So yeah, props to Nick Bonito and Courtland Sutton for me.
Yeah, I mean, Jalen Hurts should have had 350 yards in this game. I mean, he hit Dotson, who couldn't keep his feet in bounds. He hit Smith, but Saquon had that shift and everything else. That's another like 60, 70 yards right there. Should have had AJ, maybe. AJ did slow up. Would he have been able to catch it? Who knows? But that would have been a home run ball. Despite this predictability and all this stuff. Now, could it be a Jalen thing where Jalen needs it like this? That's a possibility. It really is. And it sucks. And for all those Eagles fans and everything, like, fire the offensive coordinator. Well, who are you going to get? Like, there's nobody out there mid-season that you're just going to come in and do all this.
Yeah.
We're stuck with that right now. I do have a proposition for you, bet for you. And I'm saying this after a loss where we're going through turmoil. I can never say that word. Eagles Packers. If the Eagles, I'm saying this like 4 or 5 weeks in advance, so things can change. All right, if we don't have a quarterback, you have to give me a chance to back out. Like if Jalen's on IR and Tanner McKee, the backup's out, and I'm walking in there with freaking Sam Howell, you got to give me a chance to back out. But all things without anything crazy happening. If the Packers lose you have to wear a T-shirt that I'll get for you that says Jalen Hurts is my daddy for one day. Do you want to hear what I'm preparing to give you if the Eagles win?
What's that?
Or if the Eagles lose? Live on podcast, I will let you shave my head. Bald.
Ooh. That's a deal.
Deal?
That's a deal.
All right.
Shake on
Bald.
it.
Completely bald.
All right. You heard it here first, guys. Justin's going bald.
You will love that so much. All right, let's get to the other games. Goddamn.
Maybe we can get you a face tat too.
A face tat.
With the Packers right here.
I'll do it. I will do it. Yeah. All right, so Bucs beat Seahawks. What's your take?
Ooh, man, this was a barn burner, this game. A few takeaways here. Really impressed by both teams. Also, I think it was a really, really cool script for this game because you got two guys. You got Sam Darnold. You got Baker Mayfield. Two guys that were left for dead in the NFL that have gotten into good organizations, good teams, good coaching, and now look like top 10 QBs in the NFL. I mean, holy crap. And not to mention JSN and Emeka Egbuka, the future of NFL wide receivers. I mean, goodness. And I think what's cool is both these guys, they're not the biggest, they're not the flashiest, but oh my gosh, so explosive. Just, I mean, Emeka Egbuka, he's fourth overall
Rookie
in the
of the year,
NFL
man.
in
Yeah.
receiving yards right now.
Rookie of the year easily.
And he's just so sneaky and hard to cover. And he's just his route running is, I mean, it's special, especially for a rookie. I mean, he's going to take off. He's going to be one of the better receivers in the NFL, I think, pretty quick. And I mean, honestly, he's probably the best receiver on the Buccaneers right now. I mean, they have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, but he is so hard to guard. So really, really fun to watch. Definitely not a good day for both defenses. I don't think it's necessarily that both of those defenses are bad. I just think the offenses were that good. And I mean, you think about in the Buccaneers side, this is without, Bucky Irving too. So they're missing one of their top weapons and Mike Evans. So Buccaneers are a scary team. And then Seahawks as well. I mean, Sam Darnold looked awesome up until that last interception in the fourth quarter. That gave the game to the Bucs. But awesome game. Both these teams are definitely going to be a pain in the butt in the NFC. I'd be scared to see either of these teams in the playoffs. So that game could have gone either way. I think that game probably, goes either way. You play that game 10 times, I think it goes 5 to Bucs, 5 to Seahawks.
It really lived up to the hype.
So it was awesome.
It was fun. I wasn't necessarily in the greatest mood, but it was it was fun. I can't stand Baker Mayfield.
Oh, I love him.
I love him as a player. As a player,
he's a dog.
I can't stand him. He
a
is the
dog.
cockiest. He reminds me of that fire that Phillip Rivers had.
Yeah.
It's just
I think the team believes because of him, man.
Yeah,
He's
no,
such
for
a
sure.
leader. I just love that. That guy, man, if he could, the coach told him to go out and play fullback, he'd be out there playing freaking fullback or linebacker.
Mhm.
He's just a wild man. He's kind of he's almost like Cam Scatterbo playing quarterback. I feel like.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing. He's just a meathead, loves football, and it's just impressive to see how he's taken off in Tampa Bay.
It'll be interesting to see after this game because we're gonna do your power rankings next, or here in a little bit, where the Bucs and Seahawks both fall.
Yeah.
Did that game,
Bucs are gonna win the NFC South. There's no doubt about that.
oh yeah, for sure. But did did that game kind of make one team rise a lot or one team fall to you in your mind?
I think Seahawks. I think that it shows that they can compete with a team like the Buccaneers, that caliber. I think the Buccaneers, I think that they stay. I think the Buccaneers honestly are a top 5 team in the NFL.
If they can stay healthy.
Yeah, they got a lot of injuries, so I mean it's a long season.
All right. The other game, Patriots and Bills, that one was good. I was watching that. I actually put some money on it because these guys were giving me hell. I mean, I didn't even do anything. I didn't text into this group chat at all, and everybody's like, "Oh, Eagles!" I'm like, God forbid they lost one game in a calendar freaking year.
Keep it coming, guys.
Jesus Christ! I'm like, I didn't freaking text anything. I'm like, so this is what pissed me off. So the Eagles lost. I lost fantasy to Darlena. This woman picked the Broncos defense first in her fantasy draft.
Hey, she's number 1 in the league. So
Picked a defense first.
strategy's paying off.
And then there's these streamers. I'm not gonna get into their names, but they're Eagles fans, and they give out a whole shit ton of stuff. And they'd had a video like, "Hey, correctly predict the last touchdown score in the game, and you can win some tickets as long as the Eagles win." I correctly predicted, the running back, Dobbins.
Oh yeah.
Correctly predicted it. So I'm like, all right, how many? Because this is an Eagles fan channel, and I'm like, all right, how many Eagles fans actually predicted the other team? You know what I mean? So I'm like, I might be in competition with like 3 or 4 that they'll be spinning the prize for. I'm gonna win some fucking tickets. Until I watched their stream all the way, and then they were leaving. I'm like, wait, did I miss it? I rewind it. Where the hell? The condition was the Eagles have to win.
Oh.
So I lost that. And so I'm like, what the fuck? So I put like $20 on a bunch of stuff on Underdog. I did Stephon Diggs. I did the over on his. I think it was like 40 some receiving yards. Did the over on him. I did the over on Kincaid. I had the Patriots winning, even though I didn't really think they'd win. But I'm like, fuck it. Like I won $600 and some dollars. So.
Awesome, silver lining.
So I'm gonna put some more money into this podcast. So
Silver
might not happen right away, but eventually.
It's all going to his face tat with the Packers.
You know, I'm just done with you. Some news. Dane, news number 1: is the Chiefs dynasty officially over? Yes or no?
I'm gonna say no. And reason being, I know this team's 2-3. But honestly, I think the last 2 weeks, I think the Kansas City Chiefs offense has looked just about as good or better than it's been like the last 2 years.
Looks a lot faster. A lot
Yeah,
faster. I
I
mean,
mean-
they were slower than a pregnant water buffalo, like coming out of the season, but getting Worthy and they have Thornton.
Yeah, and they're gonna get Rasheed Rice back here in a week. So I really think that. I mean, and also look at the AFC West. Outside of the Broncos, it's uninspiring. So I think the Chiefs have a good chance to compete with the Broncos for that spot. It's going to be tight, but you know how the Chiefs are, man. They just turn it on the end of the year, and Patrick Mahomes, he just knows how to win.
I haven't looked at their schedule though. Is it get harder?
I think it's pretty tough. I do think it's harder, but I just think this Chiefs team is good enough to get into the wild card, and you just never know. So I'm not going to say it's over. I think that the offense is getting better. I think they're going to get more guys back, and I think they're going to be tough. Now, I will say one thing that did concern me last night in that game against Jacksonville is I just saw some of the leaders on that team look like they just gave up.
You saw that
Chris Jones.
You saw that week 1 when who was telling Chris Jones like do your job, like because he didn't hold the edge.
Yeah, I mean, look at that play where Trevor Lawrence, he scored on that crazy QB scramble where he got stepped on. Chris Jones, he rushed for about 2 seconds and then he just quit. He's just like, I'm done.
He looked like Albert Hainsworth versus Michael Vick in that 2010. Where he just stayed down.
And then you look at his body language on the bench. He just looks defeated, and yeah, that's concerning for me because guys like that are the heart and soul of that Chiefs team, and so I don't think it's over, but you never know. But what are your
thoughts? If it is
Justin?
over, the Eagles are taking credit for ending the dynasty. I'm just saying. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, and it kind of shows you just how bad the Ravens are right now. Because the week prior, like, I'm sitting there thinking, like, because it was the first week Worthy came back, right? Or was it the second week he came back? First week.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, bam. And I'm thinking, all right. But then just to get, man. Okay. News number 2. Did you see the video of Jerry Jones flipping the
bird to the Jets?
Off?
Yeah.
He said that it was he was a thumbs up. Like how do you like wrong finger? Like
I try that at work with somebody. Oh, I didn't mean to. I meant to give you a thumbs up.
Oh my god, that was funny. Anything else on that? I just thought it was hilarious. The NFL fined him $250,000, I think.
Yeah, pocket change for old Jerry. So no big deal.
All right, let's get to your power rankings.
All right, power rankings. So I got Lions. 1.
I agree.
I got Bills 2. I mean,
agree. I'm worried about their. Here's the weird thing. Their run defense is trash, but the Patriots. I don't think that's why the Patriots won. I think Drake May. Thank you. I think Drake May just balled out.
I was impressed.
Actually,
really
Stephon Diggs. Holy, that man was possessed.
Yeah.
God damn.
Where's he been the whole year until he plays his old team? So So I think he's a guy that really, I think he feeds off of emotions a lot. He's a very up and
Yeah.
down kind of player. But
They're divas.
yeah, I think I think Bills too. It was ugly division loss Sunday night. The first half especially was ugly for Buffalo, and especially in Buffalo. It's bad, but I think that team's gonna get right eventually. They're good. They're gonna go to the playoffs. They're gonna probably go far in the AFC. But I got Eagles 3. I mean, good teams lose games, and also this Broncos team, they're no pushover.
See, like
So
I want to put maybe not the Rams because the Rams lost to the 49ers. Like they're just Jekyll and Hyde. It seems like
mhm,
I think I would have probably been tempted to put the Bucs here or someone
yeah,
like that here, but the
yeah,
Eagles beat them, so it almost feels disjust. I don't know, but
yeah.
yeah, I hear you.
And they're too good of a roster, too good of a team to really put lower than that. I mean, also you gotta like consider they just won the Super Bowl last year, so
I get it.
and they're a team they're gonna be there at the end too. They're gonna be hard for any team to beat. It's just so hard to game plan against that much talent. I do have my Packers at number 4. Um, hopefully this week's a get right game
If you do not beat the
against
Bengals,
Cincinnati. It better be.
I don't care if I
So
predicted you to win or not. I'm coming on and I'm giving you hell.
um, Buccaneers at 5. I got Broncos at 6. I got LA Rams 7. I got Indianapolis Colts 8. Seahawks 9, and then 10 was hard. 10, I feel like there's a lot of teams that are
I
kind of
probably
in
have the
this.
Jaguars. Or
That's what I
something.
got.
Yeah,
I got the
okay.
Jacksonville Jaguars, which is tough because I even think some of their wins this year have not been convincing. I
Right.
mean, you think about they barely beat the Texans. I mean, it's just I think it's going to be tough. I think the Jaguars could go either way, and a lot of that's just dependent on the play of Trevor Lawrence. Truthfully, I think that defense is legit. I mean, Devin Lloyd also, he's leading the league in interceptions. He had that 99-yard touchdown pick 6
Right. That was
on
awesome.
Monday night. He's coming out, man, this year as one of the better linebackers in the league. So
I like your
kudos to
list.
him.
I the only change I would make is I would slide the Rams and Colts up in front of the Broncos.
Okay.
That's probably the only change I would make, and I would have Broncos at 8, Seahawks 9. Yeah, literally that'd be the only change I'd make. But yeah, it's a good list
Yeah.
for sure.
So up next, are we doing game previews?
Let's do it. So let's do yours first since you're on a bye week. I know you're so it's Bengals at Packers. You're favored by a massive 14.5. Yeah.
Yeah, 14.5 point spread this week. Hopefully a good get right game. We're coming off a bye. Hopefully we don't come out. The only thing I'm worried about with Green Bay Packers is maybe coming out a little bit sloppy. We're underestimating an opponent. It's still the NFL. Any given Sunday, another team can win, but
You might actually be facing Joe Flacco because I think they want Flacco.
yeah, I mean
That's a long or that's a short amount of time to learn a system. I don't care how now maybe you can learn the Eagles playbook in that amount of
I
time.
mean maybe the
but
Bengals too. The Bengals might be just as simple as truthfully as the
throw it to Jamar
Eagles
Chase.
because it's
See that guy?
so
Throw it
bad.
to him.
And at least Joe Flacco can get a playoff before he gets to delay a game. So, I mean, I think it's going to be an upgrade for the Bengals slightly.
Slightly, but maybe, but not.
not
Like
a
he's
lot.
not gonna be in there that long
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
No reps with Jamar. Like
yeah.
that accounts for something. Like
Yep.
I know 14.5 is a crazy amount, and I came over here thinking like I'm probably gonna take the Bengals to cover. That's a
yeah,
lot,
yeah.
but I don't know, man. That's if it truly is gonna be Flacco. Like that's like no, he's gonna have like what 3 days.
The other thing that was crazy just about the game with the Lions and the Bengals this last week was I know that what was the score? It was like 24-42 or something like that.
Something like that.
But the game, it felt like it was 52-3. I mean, the Lions just physically dominated the Bengals, and really up until that kind of crazy last minute Jamar Chase touchdown, the whole game was ugly for Cincinnati.
They were playing with their food. It was
just it's embarrassing right now to that Bengals organization is just in shambles, and
How bad do you think Joe Burrow wants out of there?
I don't know. I mean,
Look, I would love throwing to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, but I'm like, at a certain point, it's like, fucking Christ.
it's a mess, and I really think the whole organization without Joe Burrow, they got caught with their pants down this year because it just
Oh, yeah.
shows how much Joe Burrow carries everybody there. So, yeah, really bad. I think yeah, I think the Packers are gonna have a good get right game. Hopefully, this will be kind of a good feel good win, and will kind of get us back in the swing of things for the rest of the season.
Definitely a get
So,
right game.
better be.
Speaking of get right
So,
games, the
Giants
Eagles,
Eagles.
the Eagles play the Giants. They go up the Turnpike. Excuse me. Playing Big Blue. It'll be darts.
Eagles are favored by 7.5.
7.5. Yes, and
Yeah.
it'll be darts. Second start or third start? Third
Third
start.
start.
Um,
Lost to the
he's
Saints.
been kind of like what
up
you
and down.
yeah up and down.
Rookie quarterback. Yeah.
What do the Giants play defensively? Are they man or zone?
They've been playing they've been playing a lot of zone so far this year. That D line though.
Yeah,
Scary.
yeah. So apparently, I don't know if Landon Dickerson's going to play. He's got the ankle. Saquon's been dealing with the knee soreness. He says he's going to play. So this week, apparently, Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, and Saquon Barkley. I don't know if there was more people than that, but apparently they had a players meeting. Lasted about like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Again, a lot of stuff we've been saying about this damn team is they got all the talent in the world. Was AJ Brown, is he supposed to get better as a receiver? Saquon get better as a the pieces are there. The O line and D line need to play better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that, but it's
The
not
offensive scheme
yes,
needs
more
to get
some
better.
more balance. Like, can we get some Saquon pitches to the outside? Let him use that speed and that how good he is in space and stuff. Like, it's just inside zone run. If we ever we're either run heavy. I will say against the Broncos, one thing I was really happy with was on like 3rd and 13s or 3rd and 12s or 3rd and 15s, we actually passed the ball. And I think we picked it up twice or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just run. It wasn't just waving the white flag. So I do hope that continues. I do hope that they keep that. But it's not about passing all the time to shut people up or running all the time to play ultra conservative. Like, there's a balance. And I sometimes wonder what the hell's in the water in Philadelphia. Like, with this, like, it shouldn't be this fucking hard.
No.
It's like this. And Kevin Patullo, who is a fucking idiot, like I said, can't fire him because who else are you going to get? It's like he got this fancy train set and it just keeps going off the rails and smashing into those little foam trees. Like, it's just, you have this amazing fucking team. It shouldn't be this hard, but we make it this hard. I'm going to pick the Eagles. I'm going to pick the Eagles to cover. I'm going to say this is a get-right game going into the bye. But I'm telling you now, if the Eagles struggle or God for fucking bid they lose, you're going to see a rant of proportions you've never seen on this podcast because I'm going to lose my ever-loving mind. I swear, Eagles, lose the Giants. Lose the Giants and see what happens to me. I'm going to pick the Eagles to cover. What about you?
Yeah, I got Eagles winning and covering. I think this Giants team. I mean, I think Joe Shane and Brian Daboll, they played their last card. They just lost big time to the New Orleans Saints. I think that this is a coaching and GM combo that's on the way out. And I mean, as much as I like Jackson Dart, I like Cam Scattaboo, I think this is the beginning of the end for this chapter of this franchise, and they're going to move on to a new coach, new GM this year. So yeah, and I just also think there's just not a lot of weapons on the offensive side to beat Philadelphia. Without Malik Neighbors, it's going to be tough for a young rookie quarterback to not have that weapon and win through the air. O-line has been uninspiring. Only really kind of exciting point in the running game is Cam Scattaboo. And then defensively, outside of the D-line, I mean, the secondary is just, it's in shambles. And A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith should have no problem tearing up the Giants secondary. They better not, at least.
I mean,
so, yeah, I think Philly's going to get right this week. I think they're going to beat the Giants. I think they're going to beat them handily. I think the worst thing that could have happened for the Giants this week is Philly losing last week to the Broncos. I think it's going to be a wake-up call, and I think this is a good get-right game. Even though it is an away game, I think Philadelphia does cover. Oh, you didn't make your pick for Packers Bengals.
Yeah,
I didn't make mine
I was
either.
going to say that. I think I'm going to say the Packers cover.
Okay. Yeah,
It's a lot of points, but I'm going to say they cover.
Yeah, I got the Packers covering too. I think Cincinnati's in complete it's a complete wreck. I think they probably are the worst team in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pick Packers to win and cover as well.
49ers at Bucs. Bucs are favored 2.5.
Yeah. Oof.
Oh, this is a hard
This is
one.
a hard one.
I'm gonna go Bucs, and I'm gonna say they cover.
Yeah, I think it's in.
I'm really surprised that 49ers beat the Rams,
in
but
Tampa
it was
Bay.
a fumble. It was things happen. It's division play. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go Bucs cover.
I'm
win.
honestly surprised that Tampa Bay is only favored by 2.5. If I was
You're right.
if
Yeah.
I was a betting man, I would think you'd be more
I
like
mean,
maybe
49ers are scrappy, but
4.5, 5.5,
Yeah.
honestly. But yeah, I'm the same as you this week. I like the Bucks. I like them to cover. It's in Tampa Bay. I think Buccaneers after last week. Gosh, what a crazy game. I mean, the only thing I worry about is sometimes after a big win, you have a letdown week,
True.
and Shanahan, he's always a good game planner. I guess where my head's at is, I mean, it's another week of Mac Jones. Sure, he looked great last week, but Mac Jones, when he played on the Patriots, he has an up week, and then the next week he
Mhm.
looks like
Yep.
a third string quarterback. So they're still pretty banged up. I think they're going to be without George Kittle again. I think Pearsall and
Yeah, he
Jennings come
was-
back this week. I think, but yeah, I'm with you, Justin. I think Buccaneers. I think they win and cover.
So we completely agree this
Yeah.
week. That's not fun.
I know.
Okay. Maybe that's how I win. I just keep agreeing with you, and you
just
can't
keep
pass
going.
me.
There you go.
All right, we'll get into some fantasy. So just go over last week. Last week, I told you guys to sit Justin Jefferson. I'm sorry, 7
He went
receptions,
off.
124 yards later. No touchdowns, but yeah, you shouldn't have listened to me anyway. So that's fine. This guy had you sitting the Tampa Bay running backs. Rashad White, only 41 yards. He did have 2 touchdowns, though.
Yeah.
And then Jordan Mason, 13 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown. So that was kind of
Middle of the road.
Yeah. For stardoms, last week I told you to start Christian Kirk. Only 4 receptions and 64 yards. Those 64 yards, though,
not
were the
bad.
most of his team,
Not
but
bad.
no touchdowns.
Especially on a bye week. I mean, that's acceptable.
And then Travion Henderson only had 6 carries, 24 yards.
I was wrong. Thought he was going to shred Buffalo.
So let's start with overachievers and underachievers and start and sit them.
Yeah.
I was gonna go Nick Bonito with his 2.5 sacks, but he can go fuck himself.
Why don't you tell me how you really feel?
I have Rico Dowdle.
Oh yeah.
Dowdle.
That's a good
206 yards and a touchdown for the Panthers. Absolutely balled out. Who's your overachiever?
Yeah, I got Amika Ibuka. I mean, just a
Yeah.
insane, crazy game. I think he had, if I remember off the top of my head, I think it was like 7 receptions, 142 yards, couple touchdowns. I mean, he balled out. So Stephon Diggs would be another one as well against the Bills.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he went off. My underachiever, I got Geno Smith.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
that was not good. 2
Ugly.
interceptions. No
Looking
TDs,
ugly.
no dubs. Who do you got?
Yeah, I got Derrick Henry. I mean,
What is
just
going on?
I don't know. The Ravens just aren't feeding him. I mean, he's averaging like 10 carries a game. It's just weird. The whole.
Probably because they're down so damn much.
I think
but-
so. I think that's a lot of it.
And they start panicking
Yeah.
well before they should. And
Instead of just trusting the run game and letting the run game
Mhm.
work, they panic and try to start throwing the football and become one dimensional. So. Not good in Baltimore.
I'll do. We want to do start 'em or sit
Yeah.
'em
Start
first?
and sit. Oh, let's do starts.
Starts. I got Tyrone Williams
Ooh, okay.
of the Rams going up against said Ravens defense.
Nice. That's a
Um,
good one.
what do you got?
That's a really good one. I got some little sleeper starts this week. I got Matthew Golden going up against the Bengals secondary. He hasn't really had his breakout game yet this year, and I think this is when it happens. I think coming off the bye, Christian Watson's not back yet. I think Matthew Golden, he's had some plays where they have been just this close to connecting on big touchdown type plays, and they just haven't cashed out. So I think Matthew Golden, this is the week where he gets right. And then I also think too, my other start would be Tyquan Thornton on the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, one
With all
thing
the
that
people
nobody's
coming
talking
back,
about
yeah.
right now is the Lions are really banged up at corner. Terrion Arnold's out. Their secondary is a little vulnerable right now, and I think the Chiefs are going to be playing from behind, so they're going to have to throw the football. So I really like Tyquan Thornton, who also this last week against the Jacksonville Jaguars, led the team in receiving yards. So those are my 2 starts. For the week.
Nice, man. For sit 'em, you'll be actually surprised. I say you sit Saquon Barkley this week.
Ooh.
People are gonna
Big
want,
name.
yeah. People are gonna sit there and he's going up against
Wow.
his former team and everything else.
I would-
My thing is
I would
one.
start that boy.
My thing is one. He hasn't done shit this season anyway. The offensive line is not giving him blocking. Like he's got nowhere to go. But another thing is he's got this knee soreness. He says he's gonna play and all that stuff, but I can see the Eagles just monitoring his reps and everything else. We got the longer week coming off the Thursday. They'll want him healthy for the long haul. I can see them kind of just monitoring his touches and everything else. And it's not like the offensive line's playing that great anyway. Sit Saquon Barkley.
Ooh, man, that's a crazy take. My sit for the week is going to be DK Metcalf, Pittsburgh Steelers, going up against that stingy Cleveland Browns defense. I mean, as much as I love DK and I think he's super talented and he's the alpha receiver on that team, nobody's been throwing or running, for that matter, on the Cleveland Browns. They're probably the best defense in the NFL. So, yeah, sit DK
Pretty darn
Metcalf
good.
this week, guys.
Man, dang, we went through all this and it's only 46 minutes.
Woo! We're
45
getting there,
minutes?
man.
Yeah.
We're
All
doing
right. All right, you got any final thoughts or
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Leave us some crazy comments.
even if it's just like telling us we're stupid, like engagement, something.
Give us some ideas about
Absolutely.
Justin's face tat and what you're going to tell him when he's bald.
Yeah, he's wearing
So-
that shirt. And he's taking so many damn pictures of that.
All right, guys. Thanks, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.